Hey there! If you've just brought your cello home and you're wondering, okay, now what do I do? You're in the right place. My name is Mia, and I want to welcome you to CelloYoga First Steps, a beginner cello series designed to help you build a strong, comfortable, and confident foundation on the cello. In this series, we'll take things step by step, from learning how to set up your cello, tune your cello, find a comfortable posture, and create your first beautiful sounds. We'll guide you to developing the technical and musical foundations that will help you to enjoy playing for years to come. My approach is a little bit different from traditional beginner methods. We're not going to be focusing on just where to put your fingers and what notes to play, but we'll also explore how your body, your movement, your mindset, and your awareness all influence the way that you learn and create music. Whether you are picking up the cello for the first time, returning to an instrument that you played years ago, or looking for a more thoughtful way to develop your playing, this series is here to support you. In today's first lesson, we're going to start with the essential first step, and that's learning how to tune your cello. Before we play our instrument and our first notes, we want to make sure that we're ready, and we want to begin building a relationship with the cello that feels comfortable, relaxed, and enjoyable. So before we start tuning, let's talk about the tool that you're going to need. For beginners, I recommend having a clip-on tuner that stays with your cello, and you can clip it at the bottom on the bridge where I like to clip it, or you can clip it on the peg box at the top. The reason I recommend this style of tuner is that it's simple, reliable, and easy to use. It listens to the vibrations of your cello rather than relying on the sound coming through a microphone, so it works even if there's background noise all around you. I recommend the D'Addario Micro Clip-On Tuner, and I'll include a link in the description below. If you don't have a physical tuner yet, that's totally okay. You can also use a free online tuner that works through your computer or phone microphone, and I'll include a link to that as well in the comments below. A clip-on tuner is the option I recommend long-term because it can stay with your cello and it becomes part of your regular practice routine. Your cello has 4 tuning pegs at the top of the instrument, inside the peg box. These are the larger wooden pegs that hold your strings in place. Turning a peg changes the pitch by a large amount, so we only use the pegs when a string is very far away from the correct note. At the bottom of your cello, we have, near the tailpiece, you're going to find the fine tuners. Fine tuners allow us to make very small and precise adjustments. These are usually the easiest and safest option for beginners because they give you much more control and you're not likely to overturn your strings. A good rule to remember is if your string is close to the correct note when you're tuning, you can use the fine tuner. And if the string is very far away from the correct note, you're going to need to make adjustments with the pegs first. At this point, the question often comes up, well, what if my string is very out of tune? Something that sometimes surprises beginners is that sometimes you'll play a string and the tuner won't show the letter that you're expecting to see. For example, you might play your A string, which is the top string, the thinnest string, and instead of seeing an A on your tuner, the tuner shows an F or a G or some other note. Don't worry, that is completely normal. It simply means that the string is quite far away from where it should be, and you're going to need to use the pegs to create bigger adjustments, higher and lower. If the A string is showing a lower note, the string is too low and needs to be tightened. And if it shows a higher note, the string is too high and needs to be loosened. You can do this by making small adjustments with the pegs and checking with your tuner often. And once you get close to the correct letter, you then switch to using your fine tuners for the final adjustments. One important safety note: if a peg at the top feels stuck, extremely tight, or difficult to move, don't try forcing it. It's always better to ask for help than to risk damaging your instrument. You can ask a music teacher or you can take your cello to a local luthier. So you notice me mentioning letter names like A and G and D. The cello has 4 strings with 4 letter names. Their names are A for the highest, followed by D, followed by G, followed by C. So again, highest to low, A, D, G, and C. If you don't know anything about musical notes yet and are wondering about those letters, don't worry. Later on in this series, we will talk about letters and how they correspond to notes on your cello. But let's begin with the A string to tune the instrument. So the first thing we're going to do, you want to place your tuner on your cello. So you can either place it at the bridge, where I like to put mine, or you can apply it to the peg box, and you want to turn it on. You'll notice that the tuner has a kind of indicator in the middle where it shows the letter that you're tuning. If the indicator is showing that you are too low, the sound is too low, then you just adjust the string with the tuner until it's right in the middle. And on the D'Addario tuner, you're going to see a blue box go around the note. Your goal is to bring the indicator with the right letter into the center position. Take your time here. This is not about getting the right note as fast as possible. It's about beginning to listen to the sounds of your strings. So notice the sounds of the strings when they settle into the right place. So you're going to be tuning and taking a look at the indicator on your tuner for the A string, the D string, the G string, and the C string. And for now, I'm just plucking the notes, which you can do. Your tuner will pick it up if it's close enough to the instrument. And you want to make sure that those notes are aligned with your tuner. Something to notice on the D'Addario tuner is that you can actually change the pitch or the hertz of the notes. So most of the time for classical music and pop music and modern folk music or any kind of music that you're playing in a modern setting, we're going to be using the calibration of 440 hertz. So when you turn on your tuner, you will see at the bottom a number that's close to 440, and you want to make sure it is 440. If it isn't 440, you can use the arrows on either side to go up and down. So we're going to play our 4 strings, make sure they're in tune with your tuner, D'Addario tuner, and then after that, you can celebrate your win. And just so that you can hear what those strings are going to sound like once you're done, let's listen to the A string. I'm going to play it 4 times. A. The D string. D. G. And C. If this was your first time tuning your cello, I hope this lesson helped you to feel more comfortable and confident taking those first steps. If you'd like more support as you continue learning, then like and subscribe this channel. I create videos for adult cellists who want to build confidence, motivation, and creativity in their playing through a mind and body approach. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Is this your first cello, or are you returning to the cello after some time? And what are you most excited about, or maybe even a little nervous about learning? I read all of the comments, and I'd love to be part of your cello journey. And if you're looking for deeper support as you continue developing as a musician, I offer live and online workshops throughout the year for adult cellists. You can find the upcoming workshops linked in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me today. In the next lesson, we'll take the next steps in building your cello foundation by learning how to create your first beautiful sounds on open strings, plucking and with the bow, and beginning to use your bow in a resonant way. I'll see you there.